Alright guys, we've got some massive Forsaken news to cover today, from updates on Cataclysm and Charlatan to a brand new Sonic.EXE concept, new theories about the Halloween skin dropping on the 28th, and even more leaks. You definitely don't want to miss this one. Let's get right into it. Firstly, we've got some really interesting news about both Cataclysm and Charlatan, two killers that the community has been waiting on for a long time. For anyone who's newer to Forsaken, these two are upcoming killers planned for future updates, each based on a different classic Roblox game. Cataclysm is inspired by the weather machine from Natural Disaster Survival, and he's expected to have some kind of lore connection to Stick Master Luke. Charlatan, on the other hand, is based on epic minigames and comes with a much more goofy, cartoony style. Now for months we've basically heard nothing about either of these characters, no teasers, no devlogs, not even casual mentions. But recently, Alex, one of the main modelers and skin creators on the Forsaken dev team, finally dropped some real info about them. Alex confirmed that the models he made for both Cataclysm and Charlatan are officially accepted. That means the dev team approved them internally, so these are the designs they plan on using going forward. He did mention there'll be some texture adjustments, and Cataclysm especially will receive a few design tweaks since his current model is a bit too skinny and not robotic enough for what they want. Still, both designs look amazing. Cataclysm has that mechanical, unstable machine vibe that perfectly fits the Natural Disaster Survival weather machine. Charlatan looks super unique as well. She has this bold cartoony outline, similar to the Toon skins, and it works incredibly well with her trickster style character. It already feels like she'll be one of Forsaken's most interesting killers. Now Alex also said something important. I still don't know if they're in a confirmed state. This basically means that even though the models are official, the killers themselves might not be actively worked on yet. I'm guessing their situation is similar to Flowers, another killer who is currently stuck in development limbo, meaning all progress on him has been paused indefinitely. So it's pretty likely that Cataclysm and Charlatan are also in that limbo phase at the moment. And honestly, that makes sense. Phosphorus, Azure, and Doombringer all seem to be much higher priority right now based on recent teasers, lore drops, and dev comments. Those three are definitely being pushed toward full release, while Cataclysm and Charlatan might be waiting their turn behind the scenes. Either way, it's really good to finally have some confirmation on what's going on with these characters. Their models look fantastic, and knowing they're still in the pipeline, even if progress is slow, is great news for Forsaken fans looking forward to future killer releases. Nextly, we've got some interesting news about Sonic.EXE, and there's a lot to talk about. Recently, Coconut, one of the main modelers on the Forsaken dev team, surprised everyone by showcasing her own custom take on Area 51 Sonic.EXE. And honestly, the model looks insanely good. It's packed with detail, the textures look super clean, and Coconut blended features from several different Sonic.EXE interpretations into one design. You can tell immediately that a lot of effort and passion went into it. What made this even cooler is that Coconut mentioned that, theoretically, this could be what Sonic.EXE would look like if he ever returned to Forsaken someday. Not confirming anything, just saying the design could work. After that, things escalated pretty quickly, in a good way. We started seeing multiple animations made for this model, and not by random people either. Even Vess, the animation director for Forsaken, created an idle animation for it, and it looked amazing. It's simple but super clean, with subtle movements that perfectly match the creepy, unsettling vibe Sonic.EXE is known for. On top of that, a bunch of community animators also jumped in, creating kill animations, idle animations, and more. All because Coconut released the model publicly for anyone to use. That was honestly the best part. Since the model was free to download, tons of creative interpretations started popping up across Twitter, Discord, and YouTube. It basically turned into a mini community event. Because of how popular the post became, a lot of people started hoping and asking if Sonic.EXE could be added back into Forsaken. And yeah, the hype makes sense. He's iconic, and Coconut's version looks incredible. But realistically, there's no chance of that happening. As cool as Sonic.EXE is, adding him back would create massive copyright issues. Sega is extremely protective of their brand, and Forsaken is way too big now to take that kind of risk. One DMCA from Sega would be devastating, so the devs simply can't go near anything Sonic related anymore. So yeah, this was most likely just a fun concept Coconut made because she enjoys designing cool stuff. Not a teaser, not a hint, nothing official, just something for the community to enjoy. Still, it was awesome to see the community come together around one model like this, and it's cool knowing that even concepts that will never be added can spark so much creativity. Nextly, we've got some fresh info and theories about the upcoming Halloween skin releasing on the 28th, and honestly, the community has some pretty solid guesses this time. For anyone who missed the announcement, Forsaken confirmed that a Halloween skin is dropping on the 28th. We still don't know whether it will be free, an event reward, or something else, but that hasn't stopped people from trying to figure out who the skin might be. For right now, the most popular theory by far is Schmidley. If you're not familiar with him, Schmidley originally started as a massive inside joke in the Forsaken community. Players would joke about him being some secret unreleased killer hidden deep in the game, and the meme got so big that the developers eventually noticed. Things escalated even more when Awaken, one of Forsaken's official modelers, actually created a fully cleaned up model of Schmidley, and it wasn't a sloppy joke model either. It genuinely looked like something that could be used in the game. He teased it nearly 2 months ago, but since then we haven't heard anything, which is why the timing feels perfect for a potential reveal. Now, there are other theories too, including the idea that the Halloween release might actually be a new character instead of a skin. While that would be an insane surprise, it's extremely unlikely the dev team just released their biggest update ever with Chapter 2, and the chances of Jane Doe or Azure dropping only 28 days after that are almost zero. New characters take a ton of animation and gameplay work, and the team has already spent a lot of energy from working on the Chapter 2 update. Because of that, the Halloween update being a skin feels far more realistic. Aside from Schmidley, some people believe it could be a proper Headless Horseman style skin, which would fit the Halloween theme perfectly. Another theory is that it might be a new skin for Sixer, since he surprisingly didn't get any Halloween content this year, and he's easily one of the most popular killers in the game already. Personally, I think the top 3 realistic options are Schmidley, a Headless Horseman concept, or a Halloween-themed Sixer variant. Out of all of them though, Schmidley definitely feels like the strongest contender, especially with his model being fully completed and the community hype already behind him. We'll just have to wait for the 28th to see what the devs are cooking. Lastly, we've got some more news about the Forsaken-X Die of Death collab, and this one's actually pretty exciting. So, as most of you know, Forsaken has already given us a ton of Die of Death themed content, multiple killer skins and survivor skins. But when it comes to Die of Death side of the collaboration, things have been pretty quiet. Up until now, they've only added one real Forsaken themed skin. Technically 2 if you count the Nolaful and Cementful variant for Artful Cool editions, but definitely not on the same level as what Forsaken has been putting out. Well, that's finally changing. We just learned that Die of Death will be adding the Cool Carnival map to their own game, and this is actually a pretty big deal. The main reason behind this is that Glass Houses, one of the older Die of Death maps, has been getting a ton of complaints from the community. Instead of trying to fix it again, the Die of Death devs decided to fully remove the map and replace it with something better. And that replacement is none other than Cool Carnival, directly taken from Forsaken. This is a really cool way to expand the collab, and honestly, it's something a lot of players didn't expect. Seeing a Forsaken map get imported into Die of Death feels like a genuine cross-game exchange rather than just skins. If this goes well, we could even see more map swaps or deeper collaboration in the future. Anyways, that's all the Forsaken news for today. Remember to stay safe, and I'll catch you all in the next one.